You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here for Drakewing Gaming and something on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Rain Check Ruse Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm Chan, you were up, and let's go. There we go. Found it. Okay. I put the paper down and stare back at Rue expectantly. Like the paper says, there was a chemical fire by the harbor a couple of years ago. I'm here to investigate that as well as some of the other things relating to it. I see. And you're doing this all by yourself? He pulls something out of his pocket as he sits down on his bed. It's a small black business card that's even smaller than the keycard he was holding earlier. Here. This is my employer. Accepting the card, I scrutinize it under Rue's watchful gaze. The phrase analytical research and confidentiality dominates the card in bold silver letters. Flipping it over, I find only a lone phone number printed in the corner against the stark black background. I work for ARC, a firm involved in a mix of investigative and intelligence work amongst other things. Oh, okay, so you're some kind of detective? Private investigator. The revelation that his work is less sinister than I'd imagined brings a sigh of relief and a measure of relaxation. So, why this case then? I'm not at liberty to share the specifics. I'm simply here to gather information. Right, well then, I guess this is starting to make a bit more sense. Anyway, glad I ran into you up there. Your little stunt almost blew up my cover. What do you mean? I still don't understand why you did that. Why'd you cover for me back there? The wolf smirks and repositions himself, leaning back on the bed with his arms supporting him. You fucked up that cat, plain and simple. I suddenly feel embarrassed and my face heats up at his blunt remark. There's no way you would have avoided a trip to the station, particularly with that hard-ass bear leading the charge. There's some venom in the way he said that. I guess, but how did you know I was attacked? Did you see it happen? Actually, no I didn't. Call it an educated guess. I noticed that cat prowling around the casino earlier. He moved towards my poker table, then veered away unexpectedly. Plus, I don't like the way he's looking at me. You don't look like the violent type. You're Rue stops mid-sentence with a cheeky smirk. Sophisticated. I shoot Rue a disapproving glare, but he's too busy chuckling at his own joke to notice. Hey, this isn't funny, you know. I was just attacked. I gesture towards the hastily made bandage around my tail, grimacing as I attempt to move it. As he stares at my injury, his smirk gradually dissipates into a more stern look. I know, but you're fine, aren't you? I've seen plenty of guys your size. I don't think any of them would have lost to someone like that. And what'd you do earlier? Punch him in the gut? My eyes shift from Rue to the floor. No, I was pinned down, so I kicked him off me. Rue nods at me as if he had anticipated that very answer. Not bad. No, it is. I thought I almost killed someone. He scoffs at me, shaking his head. You can't kill someone with just a kick to the chest. Yeah, you can. I'm unsure if what he said is true, but I ignore it and press on with my questioning. Fine, but why does this matter to you, though? Why did you cover for me back there? It does, and it doesn't. Look, I know you're smart. Alright, in 1 second, y'all. Water time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's go ahead and jump back in, shall we? Okay. Look, I know you're smart. The police here are not your friend. You only go to them with minor petty crimes, not assaults. My attention sharpens on him as I strive to comprehend the full implications of his words. I see. And why's that? Listen. I'm sure you remember the numerous instances of power abuse, corruption, and bribery over the past few years. Remember the Castleton incident last year? The rumor about the mayor hiring a hitman to kill his wife? Wait, really? That sounds like something that would make headlines. I don't think I've ever heard anything like that before. Figures. They got hushed up pretty quickly. Not surprising if you missed it. It made headlines once, but then it was quickly silenced. A gag order was put in place by the police. Now that I think about it, there were several leads that pointed to Castleton's wife being murdered, but the police never followed up on any of them. Just sat around with their paws in their ass. Rue gives me a playful smirk and then shrugs. I'm certain it was the same police that helped the Grand Marine hide the recent attacks as well. Terrible, sure, but you get used to it when living here. Sorry, I'll clear my nose real quick. That is terrible. Why isn't anyone doing anything about it? What are they going to do? Call the police? He chuckles at his own question. I guess not. Do you live around these parts or something? Rue shifts his gaze away from me and looks out the window behind us. Used to, but I moved to the city next over around the time shit got bad. That's what happens here? I don't give a fuck. There's a bitter undertone to his words as he speaks. His attention snaps back to me, and his unblinking gaze locks onto mine with an intense, unsettling focus. But what does matter is if you had gotten down to the station. Believe me, if they had started interrogating you, they would have eventually found out about me somehow. Obviously, I can't afford to have any complications in keeping my presence hidden. So he can't have his cover blown? Is his investigation somehow related to the police? Okay, I guess that makes sense, but why not tell me this at the casino? Ah, that's a fair question. I guess you still haven't caught on then. What do you mean? The city is riddled with undercover police informants, especially in sleazy places like the casino. We're lucky we didn't bump into any earlier, but still. Not to mention things being bugged with hidden mics and cameras in places you'd least expect it. I made sure to do a complete sweep of this room to ensure it's completely safe. He rises, retrieving the newspaper clipping from me. I trust you won't tell anyone about this. His tone softens noticeably. I hesitate, contemplating the seriousness of the information. Yeah. An awkward pause follows as I look at Rue, uncertain. So you know? So what now? Go back to your room. Stay indoors. I'd recommend avoiding the casino for the rest of your stay here. I can't argue with his logic, but the thought of being alone and confined in my room for the rest of the trip isn't exactly thrilling. I frown at the idea of being on my own. After today's events, everything seems unsettling, especially considering the state of the city. I guess so, but it's still a bit worrying being alone after all this. Here, scan this. He takes out his phone and flicks over to an app that displays a bunch of QR codes. The wolf taps on one of them and it quickly enlarges, covering the entire screen. This is a temporary proxy to contact me in case something happens. What's a temporary proxy and how does it work? Are you giving me your phone number or something? Rue shrugs, gesturing for me to take out my phone. Something like that. Don't know the specifics, but it's supposed to be more secure. Reaching for my phone left on standby since the casino, I try to awaken the screen. Nothing. Ah, crap, the battery's dead. 1 second. He strides over to 2 briefcases on the floor, selecting the smaller one to place on the bed. I grow curious as he produces a coiled, spring-like white cable. Then an unexpected knock on the door coincides with the vibration from Rue's phone on his paw. He squints at the small screen and mutters something to himself before turning back to me. Let me get that. My eyes follow Rue as he walks to the front of the room, checking the spyglass before opening the door. Guess who? Glad to see you again. Rue's imposing figure obscures the newcomer, but their slight Hispanic accent is distinguishable. The wolf walks in with a small fox in a large overcoat that's probably no higher than my shoulders. He's a lot shorter than most foxes I've seen. Traffic was crazy on the freeway, so I had to make a detour. His sentence cuts off as he hands something to Rue, his gaze suddenly locked on me. Another one? What did I say about inviting guys over during investigations? The fox, standing barely up to Rue's waist, chuckles at his own remark. It's cute, though. Which app did you use this time? Huh? What the hell's the fox talking about? Rue scoffs, sending a sharp glare towards the fox before focusing on me, quickly detecting the distress on my face. I didn't. Rue's voice sounds unamused with the fox's antics. Really? This must be a first. So what's his name? Ask him yourself. He's right there. It's Theodore. The air tenses as the fox's sharp gaze locks onto me in an instant. I should have kept my mouth shut. He sizes me up, returning my gaze with a sincere smile that vanishes as it refocuses on Rue. Get him out! You know we have business to discuss. Hold on, Javier. I was about to give him a proxy contact. He may be important. What? Why? As our eyes meet again, his stare becomes more intense, as though he's searching for something specific within me. I don't like the way he's looking at me. He was attacked earlier. Interesting. By an addict. I'm certain it was a skeleton user. Really? His tone sounds more sarcastic than anything. Javier's gaze shifts from me to my tail, and I instinctively try to conceal it as he tries to examine it. It's your lucky day. Huh. You're not hurt, are you? His tone shifts and takes on a note of concern as he points to my tail. Not sure what to say, I nod slowly while avoiding eye contact. He's okay, thankfully. His phone's dead, though. I was about to restore it. I see. Javier walks past me and takes a seat in the chair in front of the desk, immediately turning his attention to the laptop. Rue gestures for my phone, manipulating a small dial on the head of the charging cable. It'll only take a minute. I cautiously hand over my phone, which he plugs into a nearby outlet using the cable. As the conversation lulls, I take this opportunity to speak up. So, what exactly is a proxy contact? The fox immediately turns to face me from his seat. A proxy contact is an encrypted link between two devices leveraging the strengths of the 7G cellular networks. Essentially, it sets up a private communication line between you two. Though this link can be terminated between either party at any time due to the artificial general intelligence capabilities of the 7G. The only drawback is that it'll terminate if both parties are too far away from the same nearest cell tower, since 7G signals cannot circumvent the near-far paradox without it. Should work fine within city limits. You're welcome. The fox rattles off the information while nonchalantly tapping away at the laptop, as if the words are ingrained in their memory or expertly rehearsed. Rue and I look at each other before he speaks up. He's always like this. I'm about to ask about something else, but my phone comes alive. Here. He hands me back my phone, with it being charged to a whopping 97% in just the past couple of minutes. My eyes widen in amazement. What the hell? That was fast! Graphene-embedded universal charging cable. Charges most phones to full in less than 5 minutes. You're welcome. Quit it. Okay. I tried my best to ignore their exchange and unlocked my phone and rated the camera after the QR code. You good? Here. He extends forward his screen and I scan the QR code. My browser pops open briefly before returning back to the home screen, displaying a new app. Press that to contact me. Do so if you're in danger of witnessing something odd. Alright, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. And YouTube memberships as well. Those are up. You can get some exclusive badges. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!